John, it's Ford F-150 season. The hottest selling truck in America for the past 48 years is the Ford F-150. This very second, you can lock in 2.9% financing for 60 months for 5 years.
Or
2.9% financing.
Or 84 months on a brand new 2026 F-150. You didn't think that? You didn't see that? You didn't see that down there? There's options.
Or
did I interrupt you?
You'll get $1,000 bonus cash and 2-year complimentary maintenance plan. I think out of all those, the complimentary maintenance plan is the deal.
You are obsessed with the maintenance plan. I know
because they do such a great job.
Because it's Two Rivers Ford, family owned since 1983. It's Two Rivers Ford, the South's most trusted Ford dealer, right? Did I got that? Okay, let's go. Start the show.
It's the Second Cup of Joe and John with Joe Elvis and John Dwyer.
Joe!
Hello, John.
We've done it again. This is the first podcast since we have made a major career mistake.
No. And you can see the answer right now if you're watching YouTube. This plus that equals
Second Cup of Joe and John podcast. No, it's moving to mornings. Hippie Radio. It's there right now. 94.5. You were the afternoon guy, and I got you fired to the mornings. How you feel about that?
You got me fired to the mornings. Hippie Radio in Nashville. Nashville's greatest hits. We play everything from the Beatles to the Eagles to the Stones to Motown. It is like old 70s radio you'd hear on WLS out of Chicago, where you'd hear Michael Jackson next to Led Zeppelin. It's a great station, locally owned, and John and I, the Second Cup of Joe and John, will be mornings, Monday through Friday, 6 to 10.
To be clear, I am not leaving JAG Tennessee. That is my passion. It's a nonprofit that helps students graduate and have a plan after high school. I'm doing that. It's going to be, this is another passion of ours. And this is kind of this podcast we've been doing 4 years. It's kind of led to this, being back in, you and I, mainstream terrestrial radio. Do I have that right?
It is, because it's free. It's free. And if you have the XM, Hippie Radio is a combo of, say, The Bridge meets classic vinyl, 70s at 7, and Motown. So it's a great station, locally owned. And, you know, John and I started back when he was at News 2 and doing that Jeff Fisher show. And I was doing afternoons on 105.9 The Rock. John would run across town and cut some actualities for me, and we'd air it back on Free Beer and Football Friday. I'd give away a 12-pack of beer, and we'd play, hey, John, why's Vince Young suck? Well, Joe,
he throws like a pterodactyl. Yeah, that was one of our favorite bits. But can we get free beer on Hippie, or we're not?
Well, try that in the mornings. It's 7:20. Free beer.
Why not?
Free beer Friday.
Anyway, I'm excited, and I hope people will check it out. We're going to have a bunch of fun. And if I can't think of a better guest to rewind, because it's going to feel like it's 1999.
Let the next journey begin.
I know. It's going to be great. Thank you, Joe. All right, let's get to our guest, because he's been around the block like us.
Let's take a spin through Joe and John's Rolodex.
Joe, it stops on G. Jay Grider, and this is hot off the press. He's the author of Last Call. It's out now on Amazon. From the minor leagues to Nashville's rise as a major sports destination. Jay, welcome to the Second Cup of Joe. And John, this is very cool.
Oh, boy. See, this won't happen on Hippie Radio because I will be running the board.
That's going to be edited out.
That's okay. Thank you, gentlemen, for having me.
We're going to cut it.
That's what makes our show, baby.
Welcome to the Second Cup of Joe and John. Thanks for being here, Jay.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
We're going to be a huge success on the radio, aren't we, Jay?
Absolutely.
Aren't we? Write us about it.
Nobody has had a better front porch view of Nashville sports from the 90s to what it is today. And your journey is in this book. You and I have had career path changes. I don't know who was stalking whom.
Very good question. I moved to Fort Myers in August of 92. So when were you there?
88. to 94.
Okay, so I stalked you.
And then we went to?
I went to Jacksonville in January of 93.
I went 94 to 96.
And you followed me there. And then go ahead.
No, when did you go to Nashville?
December 97.
I was July of 96.
Okay, so I followed you.
Well, that's really interesting podcasting there to tell us about we just gave us our resumes. Joe just checked out, didn't you?
Oh, what?
You're like, wait a minute.
Wake up.
Well, Jay, but when you came to Nashville, I think Huntsville might have been a stop.
Yep.
You're part of the, I want to say, behind the curtain. You weren't playing the sports. You were creating what's coming to Nashville, part of the Nashville Sports Council. So what era, when you came to Nashville, were the Preds even here yet? Were the Titans even thought of?
Yes, both were thought of, but they were not here. When I came in December of 97, I was hired to be an event director for the Music City Bowl. So at that point, the stadium across the river was being built. So they were on their way to town, the Titans. The arena was under construction, but the Predators, I don't think, had officially announced, but it was not too long after that they decided to come. So, yes, I've been here since the beginning of those two professional organizations and have lived to tell, believe it or not.
Joe, did you think I was one of the critics of a bowl coming to Nashville because I didn't think it could work financially, and we didn't need in the college landscape another bowl game. And I didn't feel like the weather was right. They didn't have a stadium. It was at Vandy. Joe, did you when you were here? Do you remember the first game? It was Virginia Tech, Alabama, and it was 40 degrees. It was the worst weather.
Cold. It's always cold.
There's some great weather stories about that.
Oh, it was awful. I left my place, and it was probably about 50 degrees, so I had a T-shirt on and a pullover, and so did everybody else that decided to come out. And then all of a sudden, I like to say Mother Nature threw a curveball, and it got down to literally 14 degrees.
Nice.
It's the coldest I've ever been in my life. I probably had hypothermia to some degree. And sleet, frozen rain. People were having difficulty getting to the stadium because of the slick roads. The ice on the bleachers, people trying to walk up. It was a cluster, to be quite frank.
I do have one memory, the halftime show, because I was back at the station. I wasn't going to go to that game. I was anchoring that night and sent somebody else. But do I have this right? Did Steve Winwood play halftime? And it was miserable. He was playing in a 40-degree monsoon ice storm. I went, poor Steve, man.
It was him and Lori Morgan as well.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
First game I went to was Notre Dame. When they played, you took me.
2014.
Thank you.
And they won on a last-second field goal, beat LSU. Mm-hmm. Do I have that right?
That is correct.
Okay, yeah.
So Jay's new book, Last Call, quick bio from the minor leagues to Nashville, the rise of a major sports destination, which is where we sit again. You know, baseball is now being tossed up in the jet stream. We got the hockey, we got the football, and now where's the baseball?
Really good question. I know we were approached, Scott Ramsey and I, about 3 or 4 years ago from John Lohr. I'm sure you all may have met him. He's the gentleman that wants to bring baseball to town. Our question is, who's the ownership group? It's a great organization. I get emails from them every week. I see they've got merchandise. It's like they're a real team.
Do you know their nickname, Joe?
No.
Stars.
Nashville Stars.
It's already decided.
Yeah.
What do you like it?
I'm, could do worse. I don't know. I'm okay, and I guess it's because of Tennessee flag, 3 stars, and I don't know. Whether stars here, I don't know.
Yeah, maybe. I'm not
really
really
sure. If they need a logo, here is your man.
Already got it done.
John's designed this. He designed that.
Very nice.
John is the logo man. Anyone out there, if you need a logo, reach out to the Second Cup of Joe and John at gmail.com.
Like I need another career other than hippie and doing this and Jag Tennessee, my priority. Your backdrop to that is being with the Nashville Sports Council.
Correct.
And that was created in 92 to bring and market Nashville as a sports destination. And wow, you brought some, I mean, it's a laundry list of things you've done in those years.
That is correct. It started in 92, and at the time, it fell under the Chamber of Commerce umbrella, as did the Convention and Visitors Bureau and Healthcare Council and Nashville Tech Council. And we actually left from under them in 2007. But obviously, once I got on board in 1997, and the stadium and the arena became an option for events to come to, we started to grow. Early on, it was 3-on-3 basketball, golf tournaments, 5K runs, those types of things. But once the venues became available, then obviously we were able to go after, obviously, a bowl game. We started really having a great relationship with the Southeastern Conference, which led to the first basketball tournament at Bridgestone Arena in 2001.
Successful.
And we've obviously had multiple tournaments over the years. And in 2015, we actually signed a 20-year deal to be the host for the SEC Men's Basketball Championships. Now, if you really think about it, you've got Omaha for the World Series, and you've got Atlanta for the SEC football. There's not another one that's got a long, drawn-out contract like we do. So
great.
Says a lot.
And you talk about, we talked about weather emergencies, some of the other topics that hit your circle as well. Talk about like venue conflicts. You talk about that in your book.
The venue conflicts that we can talk about are the very first bowl game. Teams jumped, or actually not jumped, they ran out onto the field to do their warm-ups, generally about 2 hours prior, an hour and a half prior to kickoff. We go to turn on the lights, and half the stadium did not turn on. And this was at the time when it really got dark because of the storm.
Scott, and what stadium was this?
This was at Vanderbilt.
At Vanderbilt, gotcha.
Yeah, because
shocking that it went out at Vanderbilt.
Nissan was still under construction.
Bill. Pay your bill, Vanderbilt.
So Scott Ramsey, our current president, was.
Is he still at it?
He's still at it.
Oh man,
he's been there since 96, 95.
I saw him at the marathon the last time, and his daughter or somebody was running it.
Yeah.
So, crazy. Anyway, go ahead.
Yeah. Well, obviously the lights went out, so both Virginia Tech and Alabama weren't really happy. They were chewing on Scott's rear end, as was ESPN in the production truck, where they actually threatened to pull the plug on production completely.
It was going to happen anyway. The power was going to go out.
So we're all...
Do you know what caused it to go out?
No, sir, but we're all freaking out. So we run to under the stadium where this giant chain link cage is that's got this green transformer in it. Well, nobody had the keys to the cage. So that's problem number one. So we call Larry Swoops, who was the stadium director, great guy, helped me out tremendously prepping the stadium for that particular game. But Larry was what we call on island time that day. He was too busy eating his barbecue sandwich to really worry about the...
It's game day, man.
Yeah, well, Scott wasn't real happy. He thought Larry could have been a little bit more quicker in trying to figure out how to open up the gate instead of standing there eating the barbecue sandwich.
Should have been standing next to you.
We can laugh at it now.
Is he dead or alive? Because I feel like you just threw him way under the transmitter.
No, he's a great guy, okay. and it all worked out fine. I love you, Larry. It all worked out fine. We wound up getting bolt cutters, cutting the chain. They opened up the transformer, and the look was like, I don't know what the hell to do, So I can't say that I remember they got gloves, but like the electrician gloves, so they don't get shocked. And they went in there and just started pounding, and then they came on.
What you don't know is a Titans or then Oilers preseason game in August of '97. I'm doing the sidelines. It's the Oilers and Chargers on a Saturday night, half full. It was tape delayed, Joe. We couldn't show it live because they didn't sell enough tickets. And there was a power outage for almost an hour and a half.
See?
And I did a great job filling. However, they cut that whole segment because why would you show that at 10:30 at night and show a weather? So
That's
my
true.
best work was never. But anyway, that was a prelude to that stadium was cursed.
You think in this rebuild, are they in a better situation? Vanderbilt has rebuilt their station, had a great last two seasons. So
yes, actually, we had our FCS championship there this past January. That's one of the events that the Sports Council and the NCAA and Vanderbilt partnered on.
That was a fantastic game. Do I have that right?
One of the most exciting games I've ever seen.
Which game was that? You should tell me.
Yeah, it was. It's the lower level, but
it was the FCS, North Dakota State and Montana.
That was it.
Yeah.
It was fantastic.
Actually, excuse me, North Dakota State and Illinois.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah. What's the what CS? FCS?
FCS.
What's that stand for?
Football Championship
Series.
Yes.
Series.
So is that one of those deals too that that championship game will be played at Vanderbilt for X amount of years?
We have a 2-year deal, so year number 2 is coming up, and then we're actually bidding on a 3-year extension this fall. So potentially 4 more games.
I want to put a bowl on the Music City Bowl because it is traditionally one of the best attended. It's economically feasible. You've had a half dozen or more sponsors to have to. That's always a scary thing. Why the success? Because other bowl games they don't even show the crowd. You show the Boca Raton Bowl and there's 3,000 people. Joe, they have 50, 60,000. They have sellouts there.
It's great.
And on a quote minor bowl, and it's not. It's a second tier bowl, but it does great. It just slots perfect into Nashville's hospitality being a great 3-day town.
Would agree 100% with that. Obviously, Nashville is Nashville. It sells itself. I think a lot of the Southeastern Conference and for the last 6 years, the Big Ten markets really love to come to Nashville. Obviously, the SEC has gotten a huge taste of it with the SEC men's basketball tournament over the years. But we all know what Broadway is and can be, so people love to come down and spend a couple days. And then, maybe their final night, they're catching the game or the final afternoon, and then they're hung over on the plane going back home.
Well, the first thing they're doing, the other best part about the Music City Bowl is generally the Nashville Predators have a game that night. And so you can go to the Music City Bowl and lump yourself over to, as we did that one time.
We did that after that game, the Notre Dame win.
Glad there's no pictures or video of the rest of that thing.
God,
but that's all
hammered.
That's a long day. But again, A+ Nashville.
That was great. All right. Joe, we were talking about football, and I know you have the Ford Expedition from Two Rivers Ford, but also we got to do the E-Spaces.
Do it one more time. It's E-Spaces.
Okay. Yeah. Joe, time to talk about our great space, E-Spaces. We're at Music Row. It's 1005 17th Avenue North, a beautiful 35,000-foot facility, 9 floors. We're on the 9th floor.
Top floor.
And if you're looking for premium, unbelievably great office space that gets it done where you feel like you own the building, it's here with the amenities. It has everything you need.
And maybe it's your own personal business. We have folks in this building and office space from larger companies that have business in Nashville, but they're not going to own or buy their own place. They use E-Spaces, but a lot of them here are like us, Second Cup of Joe and John. We're on one of the inner rooms because we need the darkness, but window to window, floor to ceiling, just absolutely beautiful. The perfect office space to grow your business. Beautifully designed common areas. And you take your tour. Music Row, Midtown, Green Hills, Burton Hills, the Nations. Your tour begins at espaces.com.
Rapid fire, rapid. Pew, 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 rapid fire.
I'm about to shoot me because I can't hit the right buttons. Jay, quick questions, quick answers. Name a poster. You grew up in Shelbyville. Shovel. That's 2 syllables for people who grew up here. A poster on your bedroom wall.
Farrah.
100%. Every guest. Jay, what's your favorite Nashville food?
Jeez. Used to be Rotier's Burgers.
Nice.
Yeah. Gandhi.
Yeah.
You can get
Jack Brown's.
Which one? Sorry.
Jack Brown's Burgers.
Where's that?
Over in Germantown.
Okay. And you can still get the Rotiers at the Preds games, lower floor.
Yes. I've seen that.
Good.
Name a pet peeve, and it can't be traffic.
People that like Mentos commercials. And people that...
Not that you've thought about this very often. Wow.
I'll give you another one.
He's watched the show.
People that have their first initial and then a period and then their second name and then their last name. So like F. Murray Abraham. Stupid.
It's good. That's well played. Jay, dog or cat person?
Dog.
I thought you were calling him J-Dog. Like you guys are back.
I roll that way sometimes.
Do you have a dog?
Did. Thanks a lot.
I just lost a dog too. We redogged.
You
We
lost?
redogged. Yeah, Loa.
Oh,
I'm sorry. No, I am too. I didn't put that on the socials because what are you going to say? It's the most we've been through. He's got a graveyard in his back. His whole Brentwood home is lined if it doesn't have to. But
We love the pets.
Oh,
it's
like
so
13,
hard.
14
I
back
hate it.
there. I feel bad for
How
the
old
next
was
owner.
Lola?
Oh, Lola was 12.
Okay.
And she was, so we redogged and we got Romy.
Okay.
And
good
a
for you.
cockapoo. Thank you.
I haven't pulled the trigger. I can't.
What?
It killed
Okay.
me.
You can't get another one?
I could, but I'm not.
We were just we just had to.
You know, we've had cats. I wasn't a cat person, but boy, they're great. You can go away for a week, leave them food and a turd box, and you're ready to go.
That sounds like my wife leaving me.
What do you have a favorite, a go-to karaoke song?
No, I'm not a karaoke guy. No.
If you would sing one, what would you sing?
Freebird, maybe.
Oh my gosh! For 9 minutes, you're going to pound us.
The only time the last one that I did, it was a duet with my wife. Yeah, it was a duet with my wife, and it was rock and roll all night.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Kiss. I was part of the Kiss Army.
Yeah.
I don't. Yeah. Favorite concert? Do you have one?
Ooh.
Because you've probably at the venues you've.
Can I give you a favorite performance and a favorite concert?
Sure. Favorite
performance. I was live. It was Timberlake in Stapleton doing Tennessee Whiskey at the CMA Awards.
Okay. That was amazing.
Yeah, that was.
And I'm not a country guy. Do you know what we were talking about?
I do.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was flying Chris Stapleton at that time.
Okay.
He was a flex jet pilot, one of his 30 careers he's had.
Okay.
And then you said a favorite
concert. I may go with Kiss's last one here.
Yeah.
About 3 years ago.
John's a member of the Kiss Army.
I am too. I had those cards all over my walls too, next to Farrah.
Yeah, I had the Destroyer poster up where they're all kind of half naked.
Yeah.
And I don't know why my mom. My confirmation name is Gene. It's my dad's middle name. I sold it on that, and it's actually I'm going HOV to you know where I'm going.
Can you rip out one Kiss lyric real quick?
Yeah. How about could it be Love Gun or is it put your hand in my pocket, grab onto my rocket?
There you go.
It's poetry,
Kiss.
man. Yeah.
It took probably 4 seconds for them to write that. I like that. My final question, Jay, we always ask folks, what advice would you give your 18-year-old self now?
Oh, good question. Be patient. It'll happen.
Yeah, you were a guy that you hustled just like we all did, trying to find and all the reject. You had how many rejections letters do you kept?
73 or 4.
Okay,
Who's counting?
Yeah, I didn't have that. I didn't because I probably didn't put out that many resumes. Yeah. Anyway, that's rapid fire. This is about Two Rivers Ford. It's about tailgating. It's tailgating time, Joe, and F-150s are where it's at. And let me tell you, if you go to Two Rivers Ford, the price you see online, it's always the price you pay, which is always good. But you also have, where's the thing about, you get a $1,000 bonus and a 2-year complimentary maintenance plan if you go to Two Rivers Ford, and they also have some really, really low financing plans. It's at Mount Juliet, about 7 miles east of the airport.
John, you can see all those great F-150s online, tworiversford.com. The sales staff gets paid on zero commission. So what you see there on the website, that's what you're going to pay. You're going to love it, and you're really going to love the Ford F-150. Two Rivers Ford, the South's most trusted Ford dealer.
Back to Jay Grider, who has had a front row of Nashville Sports. And what made you want to write this? Because it's so detailed. I didn't keep a journal. You must have kept some type of notes because I wouldn't do that. But what prompted you to want to put pen to paper?
Well, Scott Ramsey and I, for about the last 15 years, always joked about we should do a book of anecdotes about all the crazy stuff that's going on. And then when I really got to thinking about it, some of the stories I can say and some I can't. So that book was going to be very short. But whenever Goodell announced Nashville for the Super Bowl, I said, it's time. So I took the idea of the anecdotes, and then I said, well, I need to be able to tell the story about how I got into the position to be able to tell these stories, which that turned into about a third of the book. The beginning is how I got to where I'm at now in Nashville, and then the remaining 2/3, give or take, is my experience in Nashville and all the different events that we've been a part of.
Are you still going to be around in your position for 2030 Super Bowl?
No. I am finishing my full-time tenure with the Sports Council at the end of 27. But one of the things that is still on the table is if we are awarded certain events, Super Bowl obviously being one of those, depending upon what the Sports Council's exact role will be, there may be some contract work that I'll be given the opportunity to participate with.
Terrific. You mentioned your wife earlier.
Yes.
Her name?
Victoria.
Where'd you all meet?
Oh, funny you should say that. We actually met at a Christmas party. She worked for the Convention and Visitors Bureau. Would you like that story?
Yes.
Please do.
Okay.
I think the statute of limitations was Butch Spiriton a matchmaker for you or something?
He was not, but there was a lot of that going on in that building at 211 Commerce.
Apparently, no. What do you call it? The non-disclosure that you
Yes.
can't date people.
Yeah, that wasn't a part of it.
I didn't date anybody at Channel 2, by the way.
No?
This decade.
All right, so this was 2001. This was Christmas party. It was right after 9/11, but I really wasn't feeling like going. But one of my coworkers, Robin Farina, who worked for the Sports Council and now lives out in California, I believe, and was a professional cyclist. And then now is involved in wine, I believe. But anyway, she kind of talked me into it, and along with Dave Harrell, who, John, you know.
remember.
Dave is now the Butch Spiriton of the Quad Cities.
Yeah, Davenport area, is that it?
Yeah, Bittendorf, yeah.
Yeah, he's done very well there.
Yeah. Anyway, we actually went down to Midtown. What was the bar next to South Street?
The Boundary.
Yes, we went to the Boundary and pregame for one or so, and then we said, okay, we're going to go, and it was down actually at Cummins Station where Johnny Jackson's Soul Satisfaction
I remember
was.
that. Yep, I wore that out.
Yep. So
Broke curfew.
we go there, and Dave and I are standing at the bar, and we look out onto the floor, and there's a gaggle of women standing, yakking. The DJ hadn't played, well, he was playing background music, but there was nobody dancing. I said in the book, I guess nobody was lubed up yet. But Dave looked at me and goes, I'll bet you $50 you don't go out there and dance with one of those girls. And I had my eye on my future wife, and because we had pre-gamed, I was feeling okay. So I said,
Liquid
all right,
courage is what I call it.
So I went out there and asked her to dance, and the rest is history.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Victoria,
Yes.
what a story. Did she return your affections, or was it a hey, dude?
We actually got a picture taken, and there was some flirting going on, and believe it or not, I'm a shy person. I wound up asking her out on email because I was afraid I was going to get rejected.
You're a catch. Wow, first impressions.
Yeah, but she said, yeah.
How long y'all been married?
It'll be 24 years in February.
Congratulations.
Well, that's great. You've had a great run. I'm glad that you did this. It is important to document, because people that do come here, when I tell them stories, well-worn stories about the arena being built, and would it be NBA? Everybody kind of thought, conventional wisdom, it would be an NBA team. Memphis State was doing well. A lot of people came out of this area in the high school hoops. Hockey, I know Gretzky had kind of done the Southern thing, but it wasn't on the radar.
Yeah.
And then Craig Leopold comes from Racine, Wisconsin, with a bunch of Johnson & Johnson money, his wife's.
Yep.
And decided to pay $95 million. And you got to think, do you remember that? That was a weird, really? I didn't think they'd last 5 years.
Yeah. Well, if you were to ask me growing up in Chebbville, what would be the first thing that would come to town? It would have been MLB, just because of the sounds.
Yeah.
That was the very first ones in 78. So that all went out the door after they didn't come first. So,
final question for me, Jay, back to the original stuff of things that you don't expect on game day or coming up on any of your event. Do you have another great story that's maybe from volunteer coordinators or sponsor commitments that ended up being like that Vanderbilt power failure of just a big cluster pluck?
Sponsor wise or volunteer wise, I hate to say,
or any wise.
There's some operational things that went wrong. I had a confrontation with the Wisconsin band on the field post game.
Here we go.
Go ahead, but I have a story that I think is also
Are you all familiar with the fifth quarter? Not the restaurant.
Oh, no. On Murfreesboro Road.
Yes, it used to be. No. The fifth quarter is an event that takes place at Wisconsin football games, home games. At the conclusion of the game, the band comes back out and performs another, we'll call it a halftime show for argument's sake, as the fans are leaving. So when we had Wisconsin and Auburn in 2003, the band asked me if they could perform the fifth quarter. And obviously I wanted to be as accommodating as possible. We've got 2 guests that are in the city and we're trying to be nice. I said yes, but if Auburn wins, you have to wait until the trophy presentation is over with.
Right.
Before you can perform.
Good.
Right thing to do.
Perfect.
And at the time, the SEC had not won a game at all. From 98 to 2002, hadn't won a game at our bowl game. So, lo and behold, Auburn wins. So, Tommy Tuberville's out on the stage accepting the trophy, and then all of a sudden, the band starts to play. And in addition to playing, they start marching. They're in the south end zone, heading towards the north end zone where we all are.
Like Sherman through Atlanta.
So I take off in a dead sprint. How am I going to stop all these people? But I
It's like Kevin Bacon in Animal House.
pretty much remain calm, all is well. Yes. So I'm running, and I stop the band and say, you can't do, we had a deal. And then the guy looked at me and goes, what are you going to do about it? Now what I wanted to do is lay the smack down on them in front of 50,000 people, but I wanted my job. So
Yeah. You needed Larry to turn the lights off. Is what you needed
Yes.
to do. Quickly, one more. We got to wrap this up. But one more story that you put in there. Barry Trotz, the Nashville Predators coach, at a SEC game. I think it was basketball. It was the Wisconsin Badger mascot, but it was a famous country music star. It was inside.
Close. It was the first and second rounds. This was 2003, and it was Utah. Rick Majerus.
Okay.
Barry Trotz came to watch the shoot around, and the Ute mascot kept bumping into Barry,
like giving him kind of the business. And he's a hockey guy. He's about to drop the gloves.
He got bumped, and Barry kind of moved over, thinking it was my bad, and he kept over and hit him again. He's like looking at him like, "What's your deal?" And then he hit him one more time, and Barry was like, "I'm getting ready to drop his ass." And the guy took off his head, and it was Kenny Chesney. They were rehearsing in the rehearsal hall at Bridgestone Arena.
That's pretty good. There's many more stories like that. But Jay, I'm so glad. I know you're on kind of a tour, and he made it on this podcast.
Book's called Last Call, and Amazon.
Yes, sir.
Buy it on Amazon.
Yep.
That's all you need.
Yep.
Do you have a website or anything like that?
JayGrider.com.
JayGrider.com. Last Call, the new book. Buy it on Amazon.
I thought he was going to say Allen Grider, but he doesn't. He wouldn't do that because it's his pet peeve of his.
That is correct.
Would be not happy.
No.
Jay, congratulations and blessings to you and your lovely wife Victoria, and all the great leadership and mentorship that's ahead of you in the future.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate it.
Thanks for being on Second Cup of Joe
and John.
It's the Second Cup of Joe and John, as their guests expound on any and all topics within the realm of decency. Want to be a sponsor? Let a TV and radio guy help build your business. Email the show, secondcupofjoeandjohn@gmail.com. Now, hold on tight and grab another Second Cup of Joe and John.